This is just for Friday, August 6th, 2021. Zoomed in on the 5 minute here. So we had a really interesting move. We had a large opening candle, inside candle next, and then this little gap right here. And I like when these happen on 5 minute because if they hold, it can usually mean a run. So that gap, and then we retested right back up to our line, almost to our line, retested to 33.66.60, not 33.66.80, but really, really close. And retested that gap, closed the gap, and then just ran lower. So we had 25 minutes of selling, put in a little bit of a hammer here, and then that hammer there, a little bit of a stair step here, and then it just needed to rest a little bit more. A couple of hammers looking like it's going to get bought back up, and really can't even push up that high, doesn't get back into the 21, and then runs down for another 20 minutes right into 10 o'clock. So yeah, really interesting day. It was just sideways the rest of the day from there. There were some places that you could be looking to buy into the close, but I was looking at the 3,500 put, and these candles were just a little bit too large for comfort. So this candle was a $1.70 range. This hammer was almost $2 range. Even this candle over here looks really small right before it continues to just run. This one was a $1.15. So conveniently this week, the options are every 10 strike or every 10 points, not every 5 points. So the next strike is 33.40. If we go down to another 10 points, we can see that the candles are a little bit more manageable. The price is a little bit more affordable. But this, so this first hammer to correspond with the 5 minute on Amazon, this one was $1.10. We get into some smaller candles over here. This one is less than $1. So this was more comfortable to be buying, and especially gives you kind of a range between like $4, kind of a high towards the open, to being the low. And then even though it breaks back up, it does come back down to that $4 price. So with this setup, I would have been looking for like this hammer, probably getting in, buying at 4, a stop down at 3. And I think it'd be easier to do that here than to do it with the 33.50 put. And then from here, buying at 4, target of 8R would have been setting your target at 12, and that would have filled very quickly. You know, if you got in on that candle, it's only less than 25 minutes later, you're in, you're out for a quick 8R. So especially since we're looking at the 33.40 put, it would be great to look, oops, wrong way, at the 33.40 put, 33.40 call. I like to kind of land on the same strike, especially because we're just going sideways for so long. I'm going to zoom out so we can look at both of these. And I'm going to zoom in on just this flatter portion. And then, so we did come down and put in a low just below 1 on the 33.40 call. And that was after this kind of move where it was holding above the 21 and started to break out, only to go right back into previous resistance on the day, retest back to the 21, and was buyable right there to the close. This is where I was saying you could have been buying this. It would not have been something to look for 8Rs. It would just be a quick scalp. So setting it up to buy at $1, sell at 2, maybe 3, something like that. That's a quick turnaround. I like to do that right into the close. And a lot of times you just got to be really, really patient. And sometimes it doesn't even work. If you waited for that same price over here, you didn't make anything. You would have lost that entire R. So I would only do absolute 0 on something like this, unless you're really, really watching it even closer and you're studied it. And I'm usually down to the 1 minute chart or sometimes 30-second chart to get into something like this. But this can, if you've had some losses early in the week and you can scalp something like this right at the end of the day on the Friday, it really can turn the whole week around because you realize, oh, I'm up again, that kind of thing. But anyway, that kind of a move, it's hard to see all three charts, but there we go. You can see how big of a move this was right into the close, where it was actually out of the money ever so briefly right here. There were opportunities to buy slightly earlier in the 2 o'clock hour, but those only made like an R, maybe two. If you bought at, well, you wouldn't have been able to buy with AMZN. So you would have had to buy around like 150 and then scalp out for like 250, 350, something like that. So maybe an R or two. If you were looking for more, then you held through a pullback, and I wouldn't recommend doing that towards the end of the day. It's just too easy to lose more than your risk. You can get slippage when the strike, the bid and the ask, when the bid and the ask range increases. So, and especially got to know, I mean, at this point, you should have an idea of which strike you're going to settle on. So the 33.40 is where we were trading closer to at this point. 33.30 we had touched there once earlier, and 33.50 we had touched earlier. So we were definitely in the range of 33.40. So definitely to be looking at both of those, and especially if you had a trade early in the day on 33.40 put, you want to be watching that to see, okay, will we hold that same level around 4 or 3? No, we didn't. We put in another little gap here and then broke down. So those are just some of the things I was noticing. But yeah, really good opportunity right into the close here. And overall, on the daily, we had a little bit more of a sell-off. So we were talking about all 5 of these days, we've had candles around the body of the candle being in like the 20s on the range there, just from the open to the close. Today, I think we went a little further. So the open and the close. Okay, so we got slightly past 30. Actually $30.06 on the range of the body here. So this one does look larger. It doesn't take us out of the whole range that we've been in here. I just want to focus on this. So we're still in this same little chop. So we haven't broken through that. This would maybe be kind of a shot across the bow. Looks like the 5 is pushing it down. We actually did not touch the 5 here. We didn't touch the 5 here. We'll see if we can continue on lower to this purple line. Maybe 3,200 would be a nice target down here. 3,250, something like that. And that would be really coming back into a retest of like this level. So that's entirely possible. We could also get a gap up and run up. If we get on the other side of the 5, there's nothing really in this range until we get back up to about 3,500. So I think that could be pretty quick. And when I say nothing in the range, I mean, obviously we're trading through that range through here, but there's nothing from this point down to here. I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's going to be much selling coming in until we get back up to that level. So that's kind of the big picture like that. Hope this helps. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.